Are you guys set already? Ready to hear what comes next? Not only from me, but from the rest of the speakers too, right? So stay tuned and be excited and keep your energy high, please, throughout the program. Would you, please? Yeah, would you? Thank you. Appreciate that. So let me speak about the secret. Do we have secrets in life now? We still in leadership? Does it still hold secrets? Let us see. We'd call them secrets. Well, first of all, I'd love to give a very, very carpet treatment to all of you, especially those who travel all the way, miles and miles away from this city, beautiful city of Sharjah, to come and to be part of this lovely function this morning. So let me give this you great treatment. And it is a place where we greet and meet each other. So please try to do the brilliant networker. Try to be that person who really meet as much as you can and get the best of the best from the people. Lesson learned, lesson to be shared, and inspiring a future waiting for all of us. So please capitalize on this opportunity. Since you have made a decision to be part of this morning function, please do so, right? I would love to dedicate this program to all leaders who struggle in these turbulent times to produce a good result and bring out the best in themselves and others. So this dedication goes to those people who are really leaders who are struggling day and night to get the best of the best. Rule of thumbs here, this is a study by Harvard University. This is what they found out. We remember 10% of what we read, if we read, and 20% of what we hear, and about 30% of what we see, and 40% of what we do, but we jump from 40 to 100 of what we feel. So if you feel good about the program, if you feel good about yourself, then you get 100 of 100. So are you ready to feel good today? Yeah, please do so, right? Do so. So we need you to feel good today. Our hope, this is what we've been doing for the last 11 years now at the Alleem Business Congress. We develop leaders who develop people and who develop business. So this is how the chain goes. Yeah? We develop leaders, develop people, and they will develop business around. I know most of you, your eye has here, it says, hey, I am the boss, but you're not talking about a boss here, we're talking about leadership. Leadership is a process of directing, influencing the activities and behaviors of others through proper communication management to attain goal or probably set of goals, right? So just about that personality and the traits you have to push everybody to be on the same page, right? That was very technical definition. This is my definition, and I said it 11 years back earlier, as I said. Leadership is going to be one of the most discussed and debated issues at the business schools. It means different things to different people in different contexts. There is no one correct definition of the leadership, right? Or one set of a personality on traits which can define the best leader on the globe. It's still a fuzzy word. People know it when they see it, yet have difficulties describing it. And I always visualize it with the time. If I say, what time is it now? Everybody here of you will give me precisely the time of now. But if I say, describe the time as a time, everyone will have his or her own way of defining the time. So this is exactly the leadership. We have our own way. Whenever we speak leadership, whenever we speak management, there's always key terms. They come together. One of the key terms, again, leadership, as we said earlier, is about influencing, the ability to influence others to follow a certain direction or certain page. Vision is the mental, is the third eye you have in your mind to see the world differently. We call this is the mental image of the future. Mission is the purpose, why you exist. Why do you exist as an organization? The values is what drives you to give. What drives you to give because you have a certain value system. The goal is a target to be attained. Goal, a target to be attained. But why now? Why we speak about leadership now? Again, we live in a very turbulent times. We call them white water times. The white water times. When the water changes the color from the beautiful bluish to whitish because it is so turbulent, it's moving so fast that the point is not that we are not focusing. The point that we keep changing our focus from time to time. We focus on a point and then we shift right away. So we don't get what we wanted to get right from the first focus. So we call them a very turbulent time, times, water times. Uncertainty, loss. Most of the leaders, they really feel lost, uncertain. They don't know what's happening around. And there's leading with pain. A lot of people, the leadership has become a very painful task because of uncertainty, because of a lot of things, and not about the physical pain, but it's the mental pain. The mental pain. Thoughts are going around. So there's a mental pain. Besides, the whole world talks about the green economy and green solutions, the triple bottom line. Whatever you do, you have to please the people, the planet, and the prosperity. So the leaders are really nowhere. They're sitting in the middle. They don't know what to do. Uncertainty. There's a lot of pressing from the environment side, the social side, the global side. But is that a fiction or a reality? Is that a true or non-true? Can we attain, can we really, during even turbulent times, achieve prosperity? The question, yes. This book was written during the financial crisis, 2009. It was produced at 2010. And I spoke about my journey in the Hamriya Free Zone, where I was given the assignment by the government of Sharjah to lead the business unit. We had precisely the time I took over was 68 companies. The time I left them, there are over 6,000 companies. They represent 159 countries. That much we were able to do. Right? So yes, it is doable, it is attainable, it is actionable. You can do that. The key truth, please, as I go on, please, I need you to select where do you fall. There are 4 kinds of people, and those people are here. You are the people. There are 4 kinds of us here in this room. So I need you to tick. You don't need to share it with me, but this is for your own. First, those who make things happen, are you with them? Or those to whom things happen or happening, and those who watch things happening, or unfortunately, the 4th one, those who don't know even things are happening. So just put yourself where do you fall in this, right? It's very critical. Question, puzzling, where do we start? I always do this. Start from a true vision. A lot of corporate, a lot of companies, a lot of people, a lot of individuals, they have something called a vision, and they say, you know what, we are very happy because we have very strong vision. But very, very few companies, they carry what I call a true vision. A true vision is lead you to what you see here, is a hockey stick profit. So you're shooting a star to the sky. You make a lot of profit. How do you do that? When you have a true vision is about 2 things of us. True vision is about having your mind, your heart, synergizing, loving, caring of each other. So your mind is about the go-getter, about the challenge, and your heart about your principles, what drives you to give the best, your emotion side of you. So when they work together, they synergize, and they give you that, what we all looking for, profitability in a very big way. So remember this. When you have your mind, he acts like a manager in the system. And when you have the heart, he acts like a leader on the system. So you have someone in the system, and you have one on top of the system, and very critical. And this is, again, I've been sharing my leadership philosophies across the globe, and it was just like the end of last month, November, first day of December, I was there in Sofia University, about 138 years old university in Japan, and I was sharing my philosophy of leadership and the importance of having a true vision. So this is something I feel good, I feel proud, and sharing with us. So your true vision is not just a way to success. It would not lead you. It's going to be the way. It's not how it is the way, actually. So that's a big difference between a way and the way. So it's very defined. And this is when you have secrets, especially if you tell it to a lady, you know, the secret is going to be wow. Number 1, this is my secrets here. So if you tell one of your, maybe your first lady back home, this is the expression on the face, means that she's not going to tell anybody at all. You can't tell. So winning in a changing world. So some of the secrets, and this is my secrets. They came from this, a battle zone. My secret of leadership comes from many, many years of experience, success on the battlefield of business. It's based on many years of doing, not only reading management books or doing some theory. Right? So it is from the ground field, from the war zone. And this book, again, was written 13 years back, precisely, when I was given again a task to rescue the Hamriya Free Zone. It is one of the underperforming free zones back in 2000, where the government felt that they need someone to rock the boat and to really take it up to the scale it up, and bring business in. It was really the way how it was located geographically between the Ajman free zone and the Mulqiwain free zone. So they were in the middle. They were squeezing here from both sides. So I was giving a task to come and rescue the situation, and I spoke what I did. So back then, I used something called secrets of a leadership. So let me introduce you to those secrets and see if they are still applicable or not. But I did use those secrets when I was given the assignment of Siwa. As I said, in Hamriya Free Zone, from 68 companies to more than 6,000 companies, 159 countries, if you remember. And you just give me a big hand here, if you remember. Now, we did it in Siwa, and let me see when I took over Siwa, what happened with those secrets. Okay? First of all, we received, first time ever in the Sharjah government, a certificate of volunteers cancellation from the United Nations Office of Climate Change. First time in Sharjah, United Nations Climate Change Office recognized a government-owned organization for saving over 4,500 tons of CO2. And that, by all means, achievement that we feel proud of. The second, we are the only place in the whole Sharjah certified as a great place to work for. If you Googling, if you Google them, they will show you this logo, that, you know, it's one of the best companies people would love to work for. This is a US-based company. They do an assessment, a tough assessment for companies. They really have a real good culture around, and the way how they keep and train and keep the positive energy within, then they certify you. So it took us almost a 1.5 year process. Then we were able to be certified. So that's another achievement because of those secrets. So let us introduce you to those secrets here. First, create a leadership philosophy. Does anyone have a philosophy here? Leadership philosophy, please, hands up. In your companies? I won't be surprised, very few. Very few. But we all have it, believe me or not, and I'll tell you what philosophy is all about. But let me tell you what is our Alleem Business Congress philosophy. So probably you can benchmark with us. The ability to continuously strive to establish and manage a creative climate of continuous learning with associates, okay, our members, and teams are empowered to self-motivated to build a true lasting success in an environment of mutual trust, collaboration, and respect. Do you have something similar probably at your organization? Yeah? Yeah, I can see more hands now, which is really good. Well, philosophy is a culture, is your DNA. And do you have a culture at your organization? Please, hands up. Yeah, you do have a culture. So even if you don't have a culture, is a culture, and I put it here, even when you don't have a culture, is a culture. All right? So remember this. Again, using Kaizen and Gemba management principles, Japanese principles. Anyone has ever heard about them? Kaizen and Gemba, excellent, right? Kaizen is a Japanese word meaning gradual and continuous improvement without large capital investments. So it's about change and continuity without putting so much on the capital investment. And we can't speak Kaizen without speaking Gemba. Gemba is a Japanese word, again, meaning the real place, where the real action takes place, where the real added value to the customer, satisfying his needs and wants, are taking place. So Kaizen and Gemba, they work hand to hand together. So they call them Kaizen and Gemba. Then you become the Spider-Man if you use them. So you know the secret of the Spider-Man. He's using both. Gemba Kaizen is the continuous improvement where the real value added of the customers are taking place. Remember this, all right? So you need to use this. And this slide, I guarantee you won't see it anywhere in the world except here. And this is the summary if you want to use Kaizen and Gemba tomorrow morning. First of all, go to Gemba first, understand your operation. You have to be on the real side. You cannot do things in office while sitting in offices. And eliminate waste and standardize. Yeah, identify non-value added activities. And 3, please set objectives and clear goals. Have the right objectives to steer improvement. The 4th is develop system for improving the quality you give to your people and to the customers. So we call this 100% customer satisfaction, 100% of the time. And this is the Kaizen, continuous improvement. So if you speak Kaizen, please write down, list these 4 things. Now, if you speak Gemba, this is what you need to do. Plan successful change where you don't do without a plan. So you need to have a plan. And create an improvement team. You have to have a focus team, actionable team. They do and action things, continuously improve the process. And this, we call it the Gemba change. So this slide will summarize what Gemba and Kaizen is all about. The second, if you would, or the third, the benchmarking. I'm sure most of you are using benchmarking here, right? It's a very old, proven tool called benchmarking. It's very systematic, continuous measurement process of identifying, understanding, and adopting outstanding practices anywhere in the world, just anywhere, to help an organization improve the performance. So the bottom line is improving the performance by using the benchmarking process. And these are the organization I did work. The first career I started with an American oil company called Amoco. I'm sure Hatem and probably Nasser is around here, right? Great colleagues. We used to work together in that organization. So I did work in 7 organizations through my life, and they are the 7 logos here. You'll be surprised how come 7 logos, but you can read only 6, because very interesting in Sharjah, we have 2 organizations sharing the same logo, the ports and the customs. 2 separate, but they share the same logo, right? So it did work. And this is some of the companies I do feel good benchmark with from time to time. They really have good process around. If we have someone of you belongs to these companies, anyone belong to some? Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right, so benchmark, remember, this is not one-time procedure. It is a continuous process. It is a process, and it is continuous. And it is not copying the competition. It's not spying, by the way. It's not quick and easy. It takes time. It's not only competitive analysis, but could be a comparative also. Compare yourself with others. So why leaders do need to benchmark? First, to know where they stand among the crowd and focus on what should be done first, and take the right decisions when they benchmark, and provide insights on the gaps to reach that desired goals. And again, recommendation to close and to bridge the gaps when you do a benchmark, and to understand what drives the best performance at the global level, right? And then develop a strategy to keep moving for a brighter future. This gentleman, sorry, he will be with us from time to time. And what he's here for, he said that we need to have for a quick 1-minute recap. Anybody wants to say anything so far, just to engage you here? Anyone, what did you learn? Anyone, any words, anything? Anything you want to say? What did we learn here? Jum'ah, Dr. Jum'ah? Strategic planning. Front line here, Abdul Qadir, Hatem. Anything you have to share with us, please? Leadership styles. Dr. Tara? Never speak to ladies for secrets. Thank you. All right. George there? Kaizen, all right. Gentleman there? No lunch if you don't answer. Gemba, all right. Benchmarking, sorry. The lady there, please. Thank you very much. Beautiful, beautiful, thank you. So let me move on. Secret number 4, create a learning organization. And this is one of the first things, by the way, when I met with His Highness, was giving me the assignment to do a transformational change in Sivan. I remember the first week, I wrote a success model, and I took it to him. And he said, boy, you won't leave the English language alone. Don't you know that I'm a president who fights for Arabic language everywhere, wherever I go? What do you have now for me? I said, Your Highness, I'm extremely sorry, but this is what I was taught in the English and, in the schools. It's about success model and others. So it would be difficult for me to have a real Arabic translation. So I said, okay, son, let me go for it. So he went through and said, wow, really looks good, Rashid. Please start explaining. So I started to explain to him. And I was so excited because I was with him only alone. I was given the chance to start to explain each single steps. And what he did, he pulled up the pen from my pocket and he signed off. He says, this is the first approved documents for you. Go ahead and do it. So I really felt good. So this is the first document from His Highness to approve it. And he was happy when I explained to him about the importance of creating a knowledge, creating a hub, creating a continuous improvement organization. So When I went back to office, I got stuck here. Can you do something here? This bush from your side, probably. Is it a virus? Latif sits somewhere. He's not in here. All right? No, I'm trying. It doesn't work. Maybe they're early for the break, all right? Oh, that's a good thing. It's a good move. Thank you. So we'll start right from the beginning, okay? Are you ready? All right? Can you look for Latif, please? He's wanted. Life or dead. Where is he? They say yes. Okay, it's less. So when you're building a learning organization, there are 5 things. They're very skilled at the learning organization. First, they have very systematic way of problem solving. The experimentation with the new approaches, there's always looking for a new way of doing business, and learn from their own experiences, setback, mistakes, and the past history, and learning from the experiences of the best practices of others, and transferring knowledge among the team members quickly. So if you have the 5 things, then you're a learning organization. Keep this in mind. If you have those 5 things together, then you can call yourself you're a learning organization. So in CO, what we did in a project management model, we developed something called the CO knowledge management model. CO knowledge management model. And what's this model? Why this model? Why it was developed? But this is the real story. This is the real picture of CO when I took over. When I went to the office of the files, this is how the files are stored. I don't know how clear the picture to you is, but very messy, if you would in a way. And it will take you ages to look for a piece of information and to find a file of a certain project. So I decided to come up with that knowledge management things. And the first thing we need to document. Documentation is very important. The first pillar is documentation. And we try to build a model on something because we're from the electricity and water. This used to be the cooling water, the cooling tower, if you would, old days, during the old times. At least I have experienced that. We never have ACs. You can say this is the old ACs. For the expatriates who are living with us or here with us here this morning, this used to be called the AC of yesterday's, right? So you see the difference. So we conduct the lesson learned, what went right, what went wrong, and then the wisdom of those lessons are transferred for the future project. So this is one of the pillars. The first thing is documentation. You need to document things to make sure that you're moving for a brighter tomorrow. One of the ways to document things is the 5 Whys and 1 H. It's a very good management principle tool. Please, if you don't use it, use it. Very easy. Wherever you discuss a problem or you want to document something, remember the 5 Ws. What happened? Who was involved? Where did it take place? How did it take place? And why did it happen? And then 1 H is how did it happen, right? So it is added. So the 5 Whys and the 1 H is a strong tool for you to document things. This is one of the meetings here with our consultant for a better tomorrow in the SCADA system for a better tomorrow and trying to document what happened. Again, we need to have champions. Any model should have champions. Champions, this is what they do. They are dedicated, committed, and to identify what people know and what people need to know, both. They are very strong to identify what the people know and what they need to know in a particular subject. So they are the ones to give. And you see them always in the organization busy like this gentleman trying to write a graph. So they're always busy. They're always helpful. They want to do something for their team. And again, promoters, you need someone to promote. Just like have any product, you need promoter to promote. Promoter, actually, they collaborate and they create a climate, positive climate, where the operational processes and the company strategies are really aligned with the KM, the knowledge management framework. So you have promoters. You need promoters to promote, just like the sales people in a way. Again, technology adds value to your process. Nowadays, technology is a must. People talk about the digital world and digital tomorrow, smart tomorrow. So technology has to be part of any knowledge management program. And learning should be a never-ending process. You're a reader today, a leader tomorrow. So learning should never stop. If you stop learning, you stop growing. Keep this in mind. This is some of the real, again, good organizations I love to learn from, and they have done a remarkable, almost built to last and built to serve those companies, and there are more and more. I'm just giving you a few examples of what we do here. Again, this is how some of the libraries look like in Sewa. This is in our customer experience unit. We have a full-fledged team for the customers, for you people who live in Sharjah, to take care of you. And this is how their library look like. So we come up with a very innovative ideas, very innovative way of making libraries and sharing the knowledge in every corner of the organization. And knowledge should be free-flowing, should not be only given for a certain people. So sharing the knowledge is one of the pillars when it comes to the knowledge management, right? Because you and me, we create we together. So we created when you and I sit together face to face and really have that passion for the knowledge to be shared. Then we create that we, strong we together. So there's something called leadership. Leadership back in 80s, this term has become, it's not leadership, there's something called leadership in a way, right? But then back in 2009, the term has come back on surface again. And nowadays, believe me, this is the new things you're gonna hear, you're gonna read in the very near future. Not very much about leadership, but there will be a lot of leadership, okay? Leadership about authenticity and passion, they are in charge. They are leading the organization. A real authenticity, a real passion, and this is what I said earlier. So keep this in mind. And leadership, that your team, they will say, pull me in that new and exciting direction your guys going through. So that's the leadership is all about. So if you wanna have a real, if you would understanding and a short, quick wins about the meaning of leadership, please take a snapshot of this because that will be helping you in the future because a lot of talk will be about the leadership. Again, then what happened? The whole organization become like architects, like engineers. When they do architects together, they look at the beautiful building from A to Z, the facade of the building. So the employees become those who to implement the knowledge management in the organization. We call them the knowledge architects. So the employees will be the knowledge architects, right? And I have put in a book for those who are love reading. So this is a book I've written about the Siwa way and contains some of those knowledge. I'm really happy that the book has got popularity. His Excellency Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, the Prime Minister of Malaysia, I sent him a copy, and he was kind enough to take a picture with my copy and send through his office manager a picture back to me. So this is one of the achievements I feel proud of. Again, the secrets here, when it comes to secrets, you as a leader, you should be very strong on project management. It's not that you have managers who can manage projects, but you, as a leader, you should have that skill, strong skills at managing projects. And this is when I took over Siwa again. That is very pathetic, but that's very true. Some of the project, lack of visibility of all the project, insufficient resources when it comes to the financial and the people, and there were gaps in communication, unclear project objectives, overrun of schedule and cost. So in short term, we call them failed projects, right? In short term, when you have this, you call them failed projects. So what did we do? We did not be quiet. We have strong people, good people around here, and some of them around here, I can see Assam, Sharif, and the rest of the great people from Siwa here. So who's here? Do you have anyone from Siwa here? Not much. All right, so one of the phases we called Imagineering, which is blending the imagination and engineering together. So it's a lovely process. If you need more detail, by all means, we can discuss it in more detail in my Siwa A, which is Siwa Academy. We're teaching, we're doing free education to the community. We started teaching to other organizations. So we have become, again, a hub for teaching. So Imagineering is one process. Again, eco-imagination, which is we do care about the environment. Eco comes from the environment side, and the imagination itself, where we blend the imagination and the environment together. Critical thinking, this is my coin terms for creativity, and it is blend of lateral thinking and critical thinking together. So I blend them together, and I came up with this term. Then we have the execution, where 80% of the whole process taking place in that execution. And then we have the knowledge management. And throughout the process, we have something called monitoring and controlling. So that goes through step by step. All those 5 different steps, we have monitoring and controlling. So does anyone here wants to be successful in managing things? Whatever you manage, please take a snapshot of this screen. If you want to be a strong manager, you want to be a successful, whether it's project management, human resources, financial management, please have this together. You have human resources, physical resources, financial resources, information resources, and what you need to do, you need to control, plan, organize, and lead. And what you do, you write in the middle here of the page, the goals, what exactly you need. For example, increase the profit of my organization to 2% by December 2020. Right? So you put what is your dream. So this is, I call it the dream zone here, your dream zone here. And then see, okay, on the human resources, who are the people who can help me out? Okay, and the physical resources, what physical resources I have to attain that goal? When it comes to the financial, what financial do I have? Is it self-sufficient, or do I need to go to the bankers? All right? When it comes to the informational, what type of information I have will enable me to attain my goals, right? So this is the sheet where it will help you out to achieve the, again, this is what you get. You can see this is His Highness, Sheikh Sultan Muhammad Al-Qasimi, with a smile on his face. This Ali Al-Bawardi. This is from Daman Shipyard, and this picture was taken after inauguration of the first shipyard and ship building and shipbreaking facilities in Sharjah. First time ever we brought a dry dock in Sharjah when I was leading the Hamriya Free Zone, and you can see how pleased His Highness is on his face when he came and invited to lift the first ship in Sharjah. We never have a dry dock in Sharjah. When I was there, one of the good companies we brought is Daman Shipyard, and they started this project in house. So this is I feel good about, and yeah. Managing a project will bring you there, right? So for those of you who love project management, we made your life easier. The only thing you do, you just log to alleem.com, our website, and you can go for a free download. I did this with Salford University about 8 years back. Do you have somebody from Salford this morning, right? All right, the gentleman right there, please, why do you stand up? Yeah? Give him a round of applause, because this is where I studied long time. I'm sorry, Professor or Doctor, I haven't seen you there when I was there, but it was really nice to have somebody from Salford. Tariq, we have someone from Salford here, so be geared up. We have a Salford student too here, all right? Leadership secret, you cannot win alone. It's a team sport. So you need good people to be around you, yeah? So the key truth here, again, remain, just putting 8 or 10 people in a meeting room will not make them a team, would it? If you just select 8 people, say you're sit in the room and achieve this goal, will they achieve it? If you just go for a random selection, no. There should be a process, right? And throughout my life, whenever there's a real mega big project, I select 9 people. I call them the 9 champions. And each one will be given a title, honorable title, actually, next to his title, where we call the first the sponsor, the leader, the challenger, the doer, and I have written a book about them. It's there on the website. If you're more interested to know about the 9 champions, you'll be amazed to see what they think. Being a leader, you should know about emotional intelligence. Has anybody heard about emotional intelligence? Beautiful. As a leader, you should know about the emotional intelligence. Consists of 5 components, 5 components. I'll take you very quickly through that. Self-awareness, first of all, you have to accept the feedback from the people, and your people should accept the feedback from you, right? Self-regulation, thinking before acting, right? Again, motivation, the third one. So I'm just taking you very quick. It's about passion, about authenticity for the work you're doing, and commitment and optimism. You have to be very optimistic. As you see this gentleman, he's cutting the can and says, I can do it, right? Empathy is your ability to understand and share the feelings of others, right? And it doesn't mean that you're pleasing everybody. That would be very difficult as a leader to do. But your ability to read between lines, Social skills, you need to socialize with your employees to have that things, and then you need to collaborate and co-create with them. Without that, it will be very difficult to do. Again, the gentleman is back to us. Oh my God, what should we do with him? He wants some information from you. Anyone? I won't call names here. Come on. Say something. What did you learn so far? Anything, just one word. Abdul Qadir, we keep coming back to you. Should pass. Leadership, all right. Jum'a? Sustainable growth. Sorry, at the back there? You'll be sitting on the VIP lunch today with me. All right, lunch table, yes? The ladies there? Sharing knowledge, all right. The ladies at the back there? Knowledge architects, beautiful. Just one to go, one more to go. Imagineering, someone is speaking here, yes? Eco-imagination, beautiful. One more for lunch. Emotional intelligence, very beautiful. So you're pleasing this man now here, all right? Listen to your heart. Don't look back. Listen to your heart. So how do you listen to your heart? By having quiet time. Does the heart speak? There's an internal voice speaking to all of us from time to time. Do that, don't do it. Do it now. If you want to meet someone sometimes, right? No, it's the right time. Go and push yourself. So when you have that quiet time, if you would in a way, throughout the history, those who made it to the stop, those who really made the difference in their lives and the people's life, they have the 3 R's together. They retreat, they are very good in reflection, and they are very good in renewal. They have very quiet time with themselves. They really disconnect from everywhere, right? And they sit alone in that peaceful mind, peaceful moment. They have the 3 things, where the wisdom and the experience, they start to talk with each other. The experience they're running it through, whether it is a good experience or bad one, with the amount of knowledge they have, they start to communicate and they create a better person. So when you speak to your heart, or when you start to listen to your heart, you have the 3 things. You have the past time, you have the present time, and the future time together. And it's the only time to have the 3 different time zones together is when you're in a peaceful mind with yourself. If you're not in peace with yourself, you can never achieve the 3 time zone at the same time. And you go nowhere. You keep crying throughout the life. And that is why you see people wearing something called the big V victim. They're always victim of the families, victim of the husband, victim of the parents, victim of the boss, victim of the organization, victim of the countries they're living in, victim of the weather is not good, victim of everything, but not victim of themselves. So they became blame masters. Blame masters. They blame everybody except themselves. So they don't live the wonderland they're having in their heart. But when you have that person, then you say, that's great me. I'm in a peaceful mind. I'm improving myself. Then the 5. So what happened when you have the 3 time zone together? You call this conscious leadership. Conscious leadership is about mindfulness. You become a real mindful. Mindfulness is about paying attention to the detail of that moment without being judgmental. You don't take a decision. You don't rush to a judgment. But just paying attention to what's happening. It's just like when in yoga, for example, they say when you take a certain breath, try to go slow and try to listen to the way when you exhale, because this is where the mindfulness comes and other, right? So there we call this, and this is one of the good, I love reading books, so this is one of the good books if you love to read, called The Mindful Leader. So, and this move to secret number 8. First things first. First things first. Please, I need you to answer these questions. This is not for me. This exercise, as I said, we are here to learn, isn't it? What are the most important 3 to 4 things that matters most to you? Just remember 1 or 2 now, please. Don't tell me, but remember them. What are the most important things to you right now, at the moment? Quick, 1 or 2, and jot it down, please, write it down. Second, are these things receiving the care and the time and the love they're supposed to get from you? What gives your life a true meaning? Serving others, pleasing Almighty, working with a group, relationship. What gives you a meaning? What do you want to be and do in your life? What really you wanted to do so far? The life has thrown you this far. What do you want to do with the rest of it? or what you have at the moment. Make sure that you answer one or two. If you don't, let me share with you one of the stories I have from one of the executives. This is what he has written to me. Last night, when I examined my deepest values and examined how I have lived my life, it hit me like freight train. I now realize that I have been hiding from the truth all along. I have been so eager to get to the top that I neglected the people and compromised the causes that meant the most to me. Are you following up? Sounds a bit pathetic, isn't it? Right? Okay, that's half of the letter I received. So that's the second half. In a sense, I sold my soul. You don't want to be that person, do you? According to what I thought I wanted, I achieved it all. I did achieve everything I wanted to achieve. I'm pretty much on top of the world. I'm on top of the world when it comes to achievements. But according to what I really feel matters to me, my family, my health, my relationships, I have failed. I have failed. To be honest, I have known for a long time that some level what I was chasing was futile, lost. Very bad, isn't it? So if you don't write what matters most to you, now we're trying to give you a hint here. We're all of us on soul searching at one point of our life. We're trying to, there's something missing we feel, and we're trying to chase. Whatever we're chasing, I call the soul searching. We're actually searching for your soul. It's just like your soul somewhere here, right? And you're searching for it. And this is how you search for it. You put this picture, and you put, this is through me. And we need you to be in a peaceful mind with yourself, with everyone, and just put yourself in the middle here. And I put at least the four important things to me here: my spirituality, my health, social, and the family. And then you start rating them, probably scale of 1 to 10, or probably 10 to 100, whatever, just a scale. And then try to connect the dots and see how the life will look like. Are you on a balance, or you're losing, or off balance? So this is one of the strong tools you do. And when you do this, you get a gift, not from me, but from the universe. That gift's called compass and a speedometer. The compass is about navigation system, about direction. It tells you where you need to hit. And the speedometer about your KPI, the speed. And you need both in life to measure how quick you're moving at the same time to make sure that you're moving in the right direction. So this is what you get when you have the true me within you. Again, in business as a leader, you must be strong in marketing and advertisement. So what is marketing? And this is my beautiful definition of marketing: is getting the right goods to the right people in the right place at the right time at the right price with the right level of communication profitably, with a profit, profitably. Right? So this is what marketing, you need to be good in that. And this is what I wrote a long time back. Writing a marketing plan is not an easy thing. It's just similar to putting together a complicated puzzle, right? Try to find the right pieces, you fit them together. When you put all the pieces together, all the information, then you could see the big picture. Then you could see the real marketing. So without having those pieces together, and you understand what are the pieces, the marketing, then will be difficult. One of the good books I've ever written, called The CEO Marketing Plan. Don't miss this book. This is one of the good read for those of you in the marketing field. You will love it. You will enjoy it. It talks about real life stories. Secret number 10 is surround yourself or myself with successful people. Why you need to surround yourself with successful people? They might be not around. If they're too difficult, please go to libraries. You'll face them there. You'll see them there in their autography and their biography. Because when you read the autography, biography, you become a great yourself. Why? Because in life, especially those who are doing good, they will be attacked by those energy vampires, I call them. They're really bad people around, surrounding you, whether you like it or not. They will come, they will hit you badly, and they will keep hitting you. So be ready for that. It means successful doesn't mean that you're away from the target. So there's really bad people around in this world. Their job is just to see evil. Just to see evil in everything. So you will be attacked by them, be ready. And that's why I've written a small book contains of 12 good stories of mine where I was attacked by such people, right? So again, leadership secret number 11, choose to be, what is this? Persevere, exactly. What is persistent? I keep talking about this from time to time, right? It's about resilience. It's about the setback you have. You're waking up and picking up again and waking up and coming back. And when you understand that failure is part of the process, failure is part of the process. So don't give up. Be a resilient person, right? Remember the voice, the call within you. When I said this earlier at the beginning of the program, there's a calling within you during the tough times you had earlier in your life. Because the idea, when you accept failure as a success or part of the success, then you're a different leader by all means, right? So I keep saying and reminding myself and everybody, if it's not here, then where? And this morning, if it's not you, then who is the target here? If it's not now, then when? You are the one to answer. With this, I can say thank you very much. Thank you.